Hello and welcome back to the letter. And we just finished up with Becky's confession to Ashton. Or at least what I thought was going to be a complete confession to him. Just to find out she changed her mind. Which honestly, when I think about it more, it's just like, it's these kinds of games and these kind of characters that I really enjoy. Being that I could see myself in their position, understand where they're coming from, so I'm sad that I didn't get to have Becky get what she wanted, but at least she can move on now. Speaking of moving on, let's continue with whatever Ashton's gonna do, which I'm pretty sure I read the last video, so they're going to be optimistic. Yeah. This update. Yeah, okay. So imagine we're going to go head over to the mansion. So within 10 minutes I'm driving out of Luxembourg and heading straight to the Anselm village. The distant flashes of lighting light up the horizon, white and sharp against the black curtain of the night. Thunder threatens with a rumble seconds later, echoing long across the sky. And with one last roar, the skies open in earnest. No reverse Tuesday? Oh, so we move on to the reverse and we're still as him, yes? I don't know, the house seems way different, what the heck? Rain falling fast, steady sheets, creating shallow puddles of the dirt path, drenching everything the eyes can reach. Despite having grown up in the city, still despise the rain. Living here doesn't mean I have to like it. Lucky me, I've reached the mansion before the downpour has turned torrential. The long slog from Anselm village by front has already been made difficult by the light drizzle and biting winds buffeting against my body every few seconds. By the time I find cover under the trees lining the vicinity of the mansion, my shoulders are rain-drenched. My hair is also sticking against my skin and out in every possible direction. Thankfully, the letter, taser, and gun I brought with me has remained relatively dry. That's the most important thing. However, those are the least of my problems at the moment. Sometimes after the housewarming party, scumbag Wright has suddenly grown a brain and tightened the security around the mansion. Likely because of what Zach did. Oh, fuck. Guard is now stationed in every possible point of entry. Main entryway, the back door leading to the kitchens. Oh, it's almost a miracle no one has spotted me once I entered the property, although that's probably because I've kept close to the forest. While I could always create a clever way in for myself under this delug. Oh, I see what would probably happen. Zach would probably have gone back to Ash and told him how the security is. To which then Zach would have an easy way of getting in through that window that Zach went into. I think that's what would have occurred because we fucked up. That's gonna be hard to get in. So while I can always create a clever way in for myself under the deluge, it's be difficult to do so without making much noise or leaving tracks.
I don't really have the luxury either, do I?
Considering how off this place feels since I've stepped into the property on the match and came into view. Her lights off, even with the security personnel on patrol outside. The house itself, it feels empty, eerie, too quiet, and also it looks like a complete mess compared to before where that mansion looked pretty well kept up, but now it looks like it's back to when the beginning of the game started. But normally I'll pass it off as some kind of power added because of the storm. It's not a far off conclusion when this place is almost in the middle of nowhere. However, something just feels wrong.
Something happened here.
Or about to. Sole reason why I haven't done anything yet, simply observing, watching, listening for anything. I might be pressed for time, but I'm not a careless idiot. Although I need a way in, desperately so, moving without thinking will not only endanger me. So many unknown variables what we're dealing with, I also have to act on the assumption that someone is always in danger, especially in this place. I can't act impetuously. As much as I eat right, I'm not about to cause death because of one thoughtless action. If there's a place he deserves to be at, it's in the prison, not a morgue. So when a horror's painful sob suddenly rings out, the loud pitter-patter of rain, only then do I stir. A woman. Perhaps a servant? It's coming from the forest. It's right ahead, in fact. Not too far from the house, regardless. I give the place a quick, wary glance before following the noise. Carefully keeping to the shadows, one cautious step after another. Louder and louder it goes as I near. Until it abruptly turns into a loud, desperate, anguished cry. Breaking to a run. One of his hand raised on the gun holster at my hip. Other raised for balance as I scurry across the dense understory. Dead leaves crunch under my shoes, but I pay it no mind. There's only the voice of the woman and nothing. Abruptly it all stops and I'm met with a sudden hush. Blank. Empty. Almost deafening in its stillness. Even my labored breathing and pounding heartbeat against my ears hand me another branch breaks and... Nope! Dread shrugs within me while I spin around and take a hard step back, knowing the chilly pinpricks crawling at the back of my neck. Before I could even meet her eyes, the world unexpectedly pitches sideways, tilting till the ground beneath me finally crumbles. My hands fight for purchase, only to meet air. By then, it's too late. My foot slips further and the rest of my body follows. Dark spots blur the edge of my vision. My tendril twists and coil around my limbs. Soft footfalls echo from the far distance, scurrying, scampering, moving in an odd rhythm, the sharp, piercing notes of her laughter. More than that are the voices lasting venom inside every crevice in my head. Murmurs that jeer, scoff, and deride. Over. Because you didn't listen. And over. It's all your fault. And over again. Why won't you believe me? Reminder of what I failed to do and of what I failed. Wait, did I actually say it? I don't know, those like weird screechy whispers. What am I trying to desperately fix? Scream then burst, throat closes off. Ever so slowly, a chill seeps into every nerve in my body, washing away every sensation me apart from one. There's only fear. Once again, her laughter echoes. Sound both bitter and unforgiving. It is the last thing here before she reaches for me. Ground trembles, or slows to a stop. We're actually gonna see her again. We're down here! We might be able to save Maryanne! Also, this update journal. Ah, right, because it's the first one on the November of the 1st. So half darkness greets me when my eyes finally snap open, soft patter dripping water somewhere spurring my consciousness further. And I'm guessing. Hold on. For a few short moments, I remain still, blinking away the dizziness. Allowing my vision to adjust to the lack of light, my breathing to even out first before pushing myself up on one arm and attempting to stand. Turning alone is a struggle on its own. An inch of movement sends a stab of sharp pain right up my arm and back, giving me another pause.
Shit. I hope I didn't break anything. Fuck.
Hopefully not. So there doesn't seem to be any injury or major fracture, although my whole back does feel sore and raw. Probably from when I skidded down prior to landing myself here. But how are we down here in the first place? A comforting thought. A second attempt comes easier later, though no less painful. And by the time I'm back on my feet, the exertion left me gasping in short, shallow breaths and leaning heavily on the wall nearest to me. Behind me, a light draft blows in from where I've fallen in, coming in short, sharp bursts into what's apparently an underground tunnel and brings in a fresh, earthly smell of rain from the topside. Regardless, it's false to mask the old musty scent of this place. Mixture of mold, mildew, dust, grease, and something distinctly foul. Like death. More worrisome than the putrid, festering smell, however, are the cells that line both sides of the tunnel. Through dim light, I barely make out what's inside on some of them, but I already have a few ideas, all of which I refuse to delve into at the moment. Knowing how long the mansion stood, somehow no matter how unexpected find the existence of this place isn't too surprising.
I wonder if Scumbag knows about this.
I don't think he does. Probably not unless he's also the kind of person who takes joy in inflicting this kind of suffering on others. Don't really think so. He's rotten to the core, but not that rotten. He'll probably balk at this, move out at first opportunity and have it demolished. The very idea of what has occurred in this place years ago made me realize well. Known long ago, places like this tend to hold secrets. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I fear that I may discover in the mansion itself and the tale behind that fucking letter. But fear is inconsequential. As unpleasant as the sight of this is, the place might also be the only way for me to get inside it unnoticed. I mean, it's right under the cellar, connected to it, so I'm taking one last gulp of clean air, I push away from the wall and delve deeper into the passage.
Let's just hope it'll be smooth sailing from here on.
Maryanne, this is your chance to call for help. Turns out that alone is too much to ask for this early. Maryanne! 20 paces into it, another sound abruptly rises above my footfalls, bounding off the hollow walls and echoing inaudibly across the whole span of the tunnel before fading away just as swiftly as it rang. Pause, nevertheless, straining my ears for more of it, while I gradually move my hand to my side, slowly and steady until the tips of my fingers brush off the gun's handle. The cold against my skin, it's the closest thing I have to comfort at the moment. For a long minute, I wait, holding my breath, watching every form, edge and shadow at the corners of my vision for any movement. After heartbeat and nothing, I allow the tension to ease out of me, in the form of a long, slow exhale that reverberates around the whole passage.
Who's there?
Drunken Anne? And Ash. I wonder how I was going to respond, because they only interacted once. So perhaps it's because of what has happened earlier and how I've ended up here. Maybe it's because of my training. But in spite of the panic and fear in that voice, I don't immediately answer. I pull my gun free from its holster and wordlessly draw closer to where the voice rings out once again. Afraid, frantic, weak.
I'm asking you a question. Who's there?
Well, it's only after I release the safety do I answer while continuing my approach at a careful, steady pace.
I think I should be the one asking you that. Who are you? Show yourself!
I can't. I'm stuck in here.
Well, a ghost will definitely not be saying that, or have a conversation like this, or be stuck anywhere. And as if to prove her point, she extends a hand from one of the cells ahead and waves. She pulls back, grips the iron bars, and rattles it lightly.
I can't get out. Can you help?
Like, I'm curious how if she even got stuck in there in the first place. The way these cells look like, it's not like it looks like there's any normal doorway, to say. In 5 quick steps, I'm staying in... Oh, I guess there is. It's just none of those cells look like they had the lock key door. Okay, never mind. So in 5 quick steps, I'm standing in front of the cell. Sure enough, a woman sighed. Slumped on the floor, holding the bars with shaking hands, clinging to it as if it's the only thing keeping her upright. Not just any woman.
You? McLaughlin?
McLaughlin. Same one I met at G's 5 days ago. Smashed drunk and babbling her frustrations about her employers.
Holmes?
Yep. Hello. No, not McLaughlin. McCulloch. Maryanne McCulloch. Or McCulloch, or how the fuck they did that weird part of saying the name. I don't know. Famous interior designer extraordinaire. Not so extraordinary now with how exhausted and feeble she looks, trapped in a jail cell of all things. Oh yeah, because he knows how to lick Lickpock? A lockpick. Whoa. Lickpock. I don't know how that would be. Breathing's shallow and there's a paleness to her complexion. I mean, she's been here for... Wait, how long has she been in here, actually? When did she get stuck in here? Because it was during the party. Where the fuck is it? Found... Wait. Yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4... She's been in here for 5 days? Yeah! She doesn't have anything after this, doesn't she? It's everyone else's story. Yeah, then this is a Hannah thing that occurs. Yeah. It's everyone else's story right after that. She's been in here for 5 days? Damn. Breathing shell and their pale sunken on cracked all signs point to starvation and dehydration.
What? You... How long have you been stuck in here?
3 days? 4? I don't know. I have no idea anymore. I just fell in and that woman... Whatever. Can you get me out of here? Please.
In a moment. But here, go feed yourself first before you fall over.
He has food? Oh. Fish out an energy bar. Oh yeah, I remember to hand it from my pocket and hand it to her. She's lucky I always have one on my person. For sudden emergencies or extended stakeouts, a little sugar to keep me going. Like any starving person, she wastes no time making a crab for it, wrapping it straight away and taking in whole mouthfuls of it. Relief washes over her face on the first bite alone, although she's going to need more than that. What she has said is true. For the moment, enough to keep her alive. Good thing she seems to have the sense to prioritize survival over comfort. The pull on the corner of the cell indicates anything. Without water, the human body can only survive 3 days. No food, and I'll only give it an average of 3 weeks. Though even then, it won't be a pretty experience. So there was water in here? That's good. Not sure it's great, but it's something at least. And some have survived longer than that. She's still fortunate I found her when I did. Now to get her out. My pipe pens won't be of any use here. Ah, dang it, not like I need it. Like the ones we have at the precinct. The little barrel hinge holds the gates to the cell together. Even without any special tool, I'll be able to lift the door and free her. However, with how heavy it seems, I'll need a lever of some sort to help.
What are you looking for?
Some wood, a 2x4, I guess, a plank or a pipe, anything I can use as a lever. Wait here.
Hallway yields nothing but dust, dirt, a few rusted chains scattered about. While I may find something in one of the open cells, I'm reluctant to check or even step in. We can't have another person trapped in here. However, McCullough ended up inside. My hand snaps back to her. McCullough extracts a wooden board from under the mess hay and twine near her. Without prompting, she slips it through the little space there is in between the boards. It's short, but appears thick and sturdy enough for my intended purpose upon closer inspection.
Good enough.
I hope. Get to work anchoring the other end of the plank at the end of the door, applying ample force on the other end. It takes a bit of effort, no kidding about the heavy part. Still, a grunt, a gasp, a creak. No matter immense, with a little help from her on the other side, the door eventually lifts off its hinges. Falls on the ground with a loud, ugly metallic thud, but the sound of it puts elation on McCullough's face. She doesn't even ask for help. As soon as she can, she usually crawls out of the prison she has accidentally found herself in. More than happy to get out of it, despite lacking strength to stand firmly on her feet. I imagine she's extremely happy.
Thank you so much.
Prison break. Okay. So for one thing's going right, if anything, of all of the decisions I made. Thank you. Right, visual novel, but voice.
After the second day, I was so sure I was going to die in there. If you didn't show up, I don't even want to think about it.
How did you even end up here?
For a second, she appears hesitant, looking away and fumbling awkwardly with her fingers.
I was looking for something.
More like someone, though.
Someone.
Ah, there we go. Contemplative expression flickers in her eyes. Something that's close to wistful. Like when a person remembers a memory she's fond of. Doesn't last too long, but it still leaves me the impression that suddenly walked into something private. Something deeply personal for her. I'd rather not ask.
So this whole tunnel, at the end of it, it leads right inside the mansion?
The wine cellar.
Right into the kitchen, then.
There's a door of some sorts. I don't know. I think I pulled or pressed something somewhere. I was in a hurry. And I'm not sure if it'll open from this side. Hell, this place wasn't even in the floor plans.
Oh, really? Because I remember she mentioned something about a part of the room that seems strange as part of the floor plan, but this isn't even in it. What do you mean?
Does that really matter now? We have to get out of here. People died in this place. Kids! Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, because she knows about it.
I could have shown you, but that thing won't turn back on anymore. It's like it only waited for me to see it before shutting down or something. How long has that thing even been in there? But those poor kids. All because of that thing.
Wait, hold on. What are you talking about right now?
The bloody letter! Ever since I've read that thing, since that day at the open house, she won't leave me. But it should be fine now, right? I broke it. I broke all of it. She shouldn't be able to do anything now.
Broke what?
Nicola, one at a time. You're...
It's all that fucking paper's fault! Oh, God. Oh, God. Dear Lord in St. Adelaide, bless those poor souls. We're not safe here. We need to leave. If we stay here any longer...
Nicola!
Abruptly, she stops, looks back at me with wild, panic-stricken eyes. I mean, she's been here for 5 fucking days alone. Or what the goes freaking her the fuck out. Who knows? So, I mean, she has the right to panic, as she is. So, I've seen enough of it so many times these past few days. My own friends, even. To know she has seen things, the kind that easily make any person go mad. Perhaps we slowly are. The longer the stakes, the faster our descent into it becomes. I can't even tell which one's worse, death or this. Seems like no matter what we end up with, there'll be something horrible waiting for us. I need to hurry.
Listen, I need to get inside this place, and you're more familiar with its layout. If you can help me...
What? No!
And of course, because she wants to get the fuck out of here.
Why would I go back? Are you sure you haven't gotten raving mad yet? An exit's right here.
And this business with the letter has to end at some point. Look, I know you're not very fond of Luke Wright.
Damn right I'm not.
Wait, what was her relationship with? Fuck, I can't remember the nickname she gave her. They're alright. She hates them, but they're alright.
He can just go.
But are you really sure you want to leave him like this? And what about his wife?
Strikes a chord. She falters, grows quiet as tension lifts from her and her shoulders slump. I do understand her issue with this. In fact, she doesn't have to go with me. Only tell me enough info so I can figure it out on my own. She can always leave afterwards. Be done with this whole damn mansion later. Other end of this tunnel leads right into the forest. A prove ample cover for her to be able to slip out of the property unnoticed. All the same, she steels herself and squares her shoulders.
Just until the kitchens.
That's more than enough.
She nods, albeit weakly. And updated. Got the next thing. Okay, so it's just the plank wood and getting her out. So then without... Oh, I wonder... If we chose the other option, I wonder if we would have been dead in the wine cellar. And Ashton would come up to find her probably mutilated body like sacks. So then without another word, she gestures for me to follow, leading me further into the passage. Occasionally she'll stop, find purchase on the wall to catch her breath. I mean, she's pretty exhausted, but throughout Short walk, she asks for neither a break nor assistance. Suppose that's something we have in common. Eventually we get to a dead end. Although before I can question her on it, she begins pawing for something on the wall. Tracing her fingers along weathered edges of the bricks with a frown on her face.
It should be somewhere here, I think.
What the hell are you doing?
Looking for a Buton? Amelia holds up a hand begging for my sons and continues searching. Without a warning, a few minutes later, something clicks. A portion of the wall shifts ajar to reveal a glimpse of another room. Bottles lining the walls, liquor barrels for aging. Wine cellar indeed.
The ladder to the kitchen is on the far end of this room.
Surreal. This is all nothing but a surreal nightmare. After everything, should this even surprise me? Ghosts, curses, hidden passages. Can't bring myself to question the existence of this door anymore. Simply follow her to the undercroft without a single question, despite a number of them already swimming inside my head. The kid I used to crave for this kind of adventure. Stuff of mystery and detective novels, daring chases, intense, interesting case to solve, suspects to put behind bars, justice serve. I was blinded, I admit. Now I simply want this to be over. I wonder if he's still going to be staying as a detective after this nonsense. So we leave the door open in case there's a need for quick exit, especially after she's mentioned it's only by chance she's been able to open the door last time. Can't waste time fighting a switch again on the cage when something goes horribly wrong. The mirror, it's gone! Because it was back there when we played as Maryanne, but now it's not there anymore. It was meant to be with me feeling this high-strung and tense. I'm not even sure why I thought it'll be a good idea to enlist McCall herself. Although she has been quite helpful so far, I can't shake off the horrible feeling something's going to happen to her if she stays with me. Even if I'm her safest bet, if she wants to get out of this piece of place alive.
You really believe that, don't you?
Oh, fuck.
Did you say something?
McCall pauses mid-stop, turning to me confused.
I didn't.
You sure? I just heard...
Don't you think I'll be the first person who'll know? Look, the ladder leading to the kitchen's up ahead. You might want to hurry. I just want to be done with this place.
See? You dragged another one.
Motherfuck. But is it only him that's hearing her? This time I'm sure. Really voices. But the look protest, McCall shoots me. I find myself stopping and looking for it, searching the immediate surrounding for the familiar form of the woman. Don't even have to venture too far from where I'm standing. Just an arm's length away from me, mirror shards litter the floor. Around the biggest fragments. Oh, hello. You speak, while singing the same mocking tune against my ears, laying an echo throughout the small undercroft. Murmurs and laughter, jeering, scoffing, deriding, lacing venom into every crevice in my head, taunting me.
Drag another person into this ashes.
Into another one of your silly little problems.
All because you can't fix them on your own.
God, that is creepy hearing them all like this.
You haven't changed, have you? Some hero you are.
Useless.
Pathetic.
You're wrong.
I wonder if Maryanne is seeing this or not. I'm very confused on that. So my mistake lies in the first instance I've answered. The very second the law has slipped from my mouth. Her words have also seeped into my heart, allowing me to prod at and rouse my temper, despite knowing they are merely doing this to goad me toward each syllable trickle into me, spurring the guilt I have long buried.
Are we? Or is that simply what you've been telling yourself all this time? Something to make yourself feel better, perhaps?
What about Zach?
Oh, so if I killed her beforehand, they would have left off everyone.
Wrongfully accused. You couldn't even get him.
Someone's dead because of you.
Yep. Not wrong.
You're the one who took that letter off Isabella's hand that day. You're the one who opened it.
How does it feel, I wonder? To know you're responsible for all of this?
What do you think I'm doing? Why do you think I'm still trying to fix this?
Oh, but you can't. It's already too late. And you know that. You know all of this is futile.
Well, something we're gonna do is fix all of this. I just don't know what.
Just face it, Ashton Frey. You're a failure, and they are the ones who have to pay for it.
A badge and a gun, and you still can't protect your own friends.
Well, I mean, one of them.
Can't even solve a case for an old man.
Can't even bring the right justice.
I swear, I wonder if this ghost has like been spying on everyone or something, because it's surprising how much he knows about everyone.
Can't even keep his own family together. No wonder they left you. Before you do the same thing to them.
Mom and Dad are better off without little old you, aren't they? It's a good thing they had the sense.
Pitiful, isn't it? Some detective you are. Some friend you are. Some son you are. You might as well just throw that rank away. You're no use.
Oh. How's he gonna react to all this?
Shut it!
Okay. Though also, again, is Maryanne seeing all this and hearing any of this shit? I hate this. I hate how this monster can easily get through to me. Every weakness, every insecurity it knows. To hear it said in my friend's voice, even more so. But what I hate above all of it is,
You know it's true, though.
it fucking reads minds too. Jesus Christ.
All of it. It's why all you can do is tell us to shut up. You don't want to hear a single word because you're already aware of it.
Yeah.
You can't even admit it to yourself. Who's the coward now?
You.
No matter how hard you try, you're not going to be able to say it anyway.
Who knows?
Shut it!
Who knows?
Not a single word anymore.
It laughs, sharp and piercing. At its sound, something in me snaps, afraid, hastily unfurling, filling my vision. Next thing I know, I'm raising my hand at. Something grabs at my wrist. All my buzz as another voice breaks through the haze.
Don't listen to it!
Maryanne! Fog from my mind lifts. Sound, every noise returns to me. Flying. Oh yeah, 'cause she's the only one that's been able to really break from this ghost. What was it? Ghost's influence. So every sound, every noise returns to me. Flooding my every senses, all at once there is this deafening silence. Suddenly I become aware of my surroundings. Bottle of wine, barrels, liquor, the faint old scent of death and decay somewhere, and a hand holding onto my wrist as if to keep me from hurting myself. In my hand, the shard. Blood drips from where it has cut my palm, trailing down my wrist until it disappears down my wrist until it disappears behind my sleeve. Not too deep, negligible even. There is pain, however, different kind. An ache, somewhere else that stems not from the wound, but every single word has hit. I glance up at Mikala. She merely stares at me with wide, horrified eyes.
Don't listen to it! No matter what happens, don't do what it says! It's how it gets us.
My grip on the shard falters, but only after I nod and drop it entirely, she releases the grip. Afterwards, she simply steps back and looks away. Hugging her arms closer to herself, she breathes a sigh heavy. Perhaps weighted with her own guilt. What this monster might have used against her.
Come on, we're getting close.
God, I can't imagine how this would have gone if I didn't save Mikala. Like, would he just get even more injured then? So she walks off without another comment, but there is worry in her as she gives the fragments one last glimpse. Ground, they lie lifeless now. No more voices, no more insults. But even as I walk away, one whispered taunt continues to ring in my ears.
It's useless, Ashton Frey. You are going to die.
I hope not, because we're still playing, so who knows what's gonna happen.
And you are going to die alone.
It sucks so how much I'm hearing Zach's voice, and I just feel ever so more guilty about it. Knowing I killed him. So a fear, one that has has been long kept darkest place in my heart. One that a small part of me wishes for. Trapdoor swings open without much fuss. It isn't even locked, probably left open for when the right asks for some midnight snack. And actually, I'm going to end it here before we continue, find what's going to happen next. So anyways, yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, go to the like button. If you want to see what's going to happen next, or just anything I do in general. Holy crap, the storm. The background. Yeah, anyways, go subscribe and to be notified. Shit I do. Yeah, if you got anything to say some comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Comrades? God, the storm. Oh, can't remember how this is going to end at this point now.